following segment is brought to you in partnership with our friends over at Future 42. Turn your frustration into action at future42.org. Look, I am very critical of elected leaders in our state on the issue of public safety. And I have said that I think having this one-party rule, having one party, in control of government in our major cities and certainly in Olympia has had a negative impact on public safety. And I don't know that we've ever seen it worse than it is now. And some of these policies that have been pushed through, 2020 conversations around police defunding that led a lot of officers to decide that they wanted to do something else or they wanted to do their jobs somewhere else. And I really feel like it's important to give credit where credit is due, and to acknowledge and recognize Democratic leaders in particular who have started to turn the tide on this particular issue and have started to really embrace a different way of thinking and public safety as a priority. And I have to say that one of them I've been really pleased with lately is Everett Mayor Cassie Franklin. Now, look, is Everett perfect right now? No, Everett has a lot of public safety challenges still. There are some particular areas of Everett where things are not great. And this is certainly not something that's going to be fixed overnight. But she has really started to message publicly that public safety has to take priority. And she came out and said that includes hiring more police officers at a time when, saying that as a Democrat or as a progressive isn't something that is politically popular. I really get the sense that she has stopped caring what is politically popular, and she started caring more about what her city actually needs and what people need to feel safe. This is the headline from Fox 13. Everett Mayor's 2024 budget proposal includes hiring 9 more officers and a wellness coordinator. Here she is with Fox 13. They also spoke to the chief of police up there, Dan Templeman.
We actually have done a study of our police department that identified that we do need to hire more officers for a city of this size and certainly a city that's growing.
9 is a great start, but it's critically important that the community also partner with us. And that may mean nonprofits or other community organizations that have expertise in some of these areas that we're dealing with.
And that is also a really critical thing to recognize. There are good public-private partnerships and there are bad ones. We've seen an example of a bad one, and that just happened. We talked about it on the show yesterday in the city of Seattle. The King County Regional Homelessness Authority was put in charge of something called Partnership Zero, and they claimed when it was first launched in February of 2022 that in a year's time it could result in basically zero homelessness in downtown Seattle. And they convinced the private sector to put in millions and millions of dollars into that initiative to give them millions and millions of dollars to get to this effective zero of homeless in downtown Seattle. What happened? A year and a half later, it's folding. The program hasn't accomplished anything close to what it said it was going to accomplish, and now all that money has gone to waste. But what I'm hearing up in the city of Everett is they recognize that, hey, the government might not be the best solution for all of this stuff, that there are people in the private sector, in the nonprofit world, who might be able to do this stuff a lot better than we can, and we need to partner with them. We need to empower them and help them do what they do best. What comes to mind is Andrea Suarez and We Heart Seattle. The government in Seattle and King County has basically shunned Andrea Suarez. And here you have a woman who started this because she was sick of, going into these parks and seeing how dirty it is, and she just started to clean them up. And then all these citizens started to help her. And now she is very effective with very little money at getting people into housing and at building relationships with individuals who are living on the streets and understanding what their needs are and what their barriers are. Yet you think the city of Seattle and King County really want to work with her in a meaningful way to leverage what she's doing to help improve the situation? No. But I get the sense in Everett that they are not only open to that, but they understand that that is really critical in order to get to the bottom of what's happening with substance abuse, with homelessness, with mental health issues. And that when you have a public-private partnership, it's not just the private sector giving the government more money that they're going to squander. So I really wanted to take an opportunity today to give some credit to Everett's mayor for, I think, increasingly so, setting the tone that if you don't feel safe in the community, then nothing else matters, and making that a priority. And I really hope that other mayors and leaders across Western Washington and across the state would follow her lead on that. It is never too late to change direction on this very critical issue. All right, that segment was brought to you in partnership with our friends over at Future 42. Turn your frustration into action at future42.org.